Hello, my loves. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome into this video for the full moon in Aries. So for those of you who are new, hello and welcome in. It's great to have you here. If you want to learn more about how to get the most out of these readings, the kind of energies I call in, the kinds of ways that I encourage you to engage with this material and your spiritual support team that we work with to get guidance for these phases and to learn more about ourselves, you can check out my tutorial video on how to get the most out of these videos. It's like a welcome video. It covers the things that I say over and over again and gets you caught up to speed with how to get the most out of what I'm offering. It's totally not necessary, but it is an option available to you if that feels good and aligned. So to those who are not new, hello and welcome back in. Thank you guys so much for being here. I truly appreciate having you here. It is really fun to be able to offer this service as I'm learning more and diving deeper into this amazing modality of astrology, and the combination of it with the cards is just really super fun. And so I've been enjoying the guidance that's coming through and benefiting from it. And I know you guys have been commenting that you have as well. And it really means a lot to me. So just taking this moment, as I do every video, to connect with you and to let you know how much I appreciate you being here and how much of an honor it is to be able to be of service to you in this way. So let's talk about full moon energy. The cycle of a full moon is always going to give us the opportunity to celebrate. It's this pinnacle moment where all of the energy of a certain archetype is being celebrated, honored. It's at the fullest of its potential. So every time there's a full moon, it's always going to be in the opposite sign of where the sun is in. So each sign of the zodiac has an opposite. And the opposite of Libra, which is the solar season we're in, if you haven't watched my solar season Libra readings, which gives you more information about the Libra archetype and clues you in to where this energy shows up in your life, and of course gives you guidance to how to navigate this solar season, check those out. So the opposite of Libra is the energy of Aries. So the moon was new in Aries 6 months ago. And that's going to become more relevant. The 6-month period between phases, new and full, is going to be relevant next month because we have an eclipse. And eclipse energies typically last those entire 6 months, whereas the energy of the traditional moon cycles only lasts for about 28 days. So you'll see here that we're having this full moon in Aries, which is the opposite of Libra, on October 9th, and it's going to be happening at 16:55 Eastern time. And our energies here are going to be relevant until November 8th, which is when the full moon in Taurus happens, and that will be an eclipse. So that will be really referencing the last 6 months. But the full moon energy here, let's get back to that, is a celebration. The archetype of Aries is the energy of the beginning of the zodiac. It's this spark vibration. It's what gets everything into motion, into action. And it's the energy of passion. So we are going to be diving into where emotionally in your life there is a celebration of passion, and where energetically in your life, like where specifically is that celebration happening in your life. So how does it relate to the emotions, this celebration of passion, and where does it relate to you? So the two things that you're going to be watching for in these readings, you're going to be watching for 2 different alignments. Don't worry if you're not on the right video right now. I'm going to tell you how to find which videos to watch, and then you can navigate to the right video when it's time, when you're done watching this introduction. It's the same for everybody, okay? So the first reading that you're going to want to tune into is the advice for where the moon was when you were born. So you are going to need your birth chart. So on your birth chart, you're going to be looking for this symbol, and you're going to be looking for the astrological sign, the zodiac sign, that this symbol is in. If you do not know how to access your birth information, how to read a birth chart, I created a tutorial video to help navigate you through that system. You can go ahead and watch that tutorial video. Ask me questions at the end if you do not understand enough to guide yourself to the right videos, and I will be happy to explain. So you're going to want to know where the moon was when you were born, and you're going to want to watch the advice that's relevant for where the moon was when you were born. The other alignment you're going to watch for is where this full moon is happening in your life. To know where this full moon is happening in your life, you're going to look for 16 degrees, 33 minutes of Aries, and you're going to find which house that occurs for you. And then you'll watch that relevant advice. Again, if you don't understand what that means, that tutorial video will cover how to find out which house this is in for you. Now, I've created a new tutorial video to show you how to use the whole house system. I love the whole house system. I think it's very easy to explain, especially for people who are very new to astrology, and it makes it a lot easier to understand. So essentially, if you already know your rising sign, if you're using the whole house system, you can find out which house Aries is in by going through the zodiac from your ascending sign all the way until you find Aries. So my ascending sign is Virgo. Okay, so that would be the first house. The next sign in the zodiac is Libra, second house. Third house would be Scorpio. Fourth would be Sagittarius. Fifth would be Capricorn. Sixth would be Aquarius. Seventh would be Pisces. Eighth would be Aries. Okay, so you have to know the order of the zodiac and you have to know your ascending sign to be able to utilize the whole house system to find out which house this is in for you. You can also utilize any other house system and just watch the advice that's relevant for the house system that you're watching. And if all of that went over your head, watch the tutorial video. It'll explain, okay? I don't want to leave you guys in the dust here, but I have been leaving little breadcrumbs and giving you videos that you can watch and access to help you navigate these understandings, these awarenesses, these readings. So we are going to be getting guidance from the Goddess Power Oracle by Collette Reid. And before we dive into the individual readings, I just want to let you guys know that there's many ways you can support me as I support you, as we support each other. You can join my chakra meditation service. It's on WhatsApp. It's only $14.40 a month. You can sign up at devotedandvulnerable.com/services, which is also where you will find my new chart reading services that I'm going to be offering. I'm very excited to roll out this service, and I'm also very nervous about it. I'm even having trouble talking about it because it's something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I finally feel ready, and I'm really excited to dive into your chart with you. If you want to learn more about the uniqueness of you, the geometry of you, beyond what I offer in these free readings. And of course, you can always comment on the videos. That helps me with the algorithms and gets me out to more people. And you can always share this with people. And there's always the option to donate if you feel inspired to do that at paypal.me/devotedvulnerable. Link is in the description. Let's get to your individual readings. So this card reading is for you if the moon was in Cancer when you were born, and or if this full moon in 16 degrees 33 minutes of Aries shows up in your fourth house. So if you haven't already called in your support team and opened your heart to receive the guidance that's most aligned for you at this time, I encourage you to do that, and any other sacred ceremonial offering that you want to bring into this space with you right now. You can pause this video if you need more time to do that. And I am going to see what card is coming through. Okay. So we got Demeter, and the card is Nurturer. She's number 11. I'm just dowsing to see which message she wants to come through with. She wants to come through with her empowerment message for us. So you may see the numbers 11 throughout the month to validate this message, to signal to you this message. Okay. Giving to others is a wonderful feeling. When you have a healthy sense of yourself, you want to share your love, your inspiration, your experience, and the exchange feels clean. Your boundaries are fluid yet strong. The Greek goddess of grain, motherhood, and the harvest, Demeter, reminds you that a harvest is meant to be shared. You've now tapped into her nurturing love, which is abundant, and your well-meaning gestures will be received with gratitude and in some way returned to you tenfold. Now is the time to nourish yourself too, for giving must be balanced by receiving. Allow yourself to feel how the universe is like a wonderful, nurturing mother that is always there when you need her. Demeter says to trust that you are loved and cared for all day, every day, for all of time, especially now. Wow. Love this message. I am going to dive into what this means for the moon in Cancers. And if you're here for the 4th house, just scroll right ahead to that. So before I connect this card to the moon alignment, I'm going to talk a little bit about what the moon in Cancer means. If you already know, you can scroll ahead to the interpretation. So the moon in Cancer. Moon represents our emotions, and the sign that it is in represents how our emotions express. So your emotions express themselves through the Cancer archetype, which is the energy and the symbol of the crab. This is a water sign. It's what's known as a cardinal sign. The cardinal signs start the seasons. So Cancer starts the season of summer. And so it's an initiatory energy. And water signs are always the emotional signs. It's actually ruled by the moon. So Cancer in the moon is very comfortable here. You may not experience this comfortability depending on other aspects of your chart. If you have questions, please book a session with me. I'd love to look into your chart and let you know what's influencing your moon and the expressions here. Because for the most part, if nothing else is impeding this expression, this is a very alignment. It's the most aligned position you can have for your moon, because this is the energy of the moon is the energy of the Cancer vibration. Okay. So Cancer is very loyal, very caring, very emotional, very responsive, and very dependable. I always think of the Cancer as like this tough outer shell, but then once you're inside the soft, squishy part of the Cancer, it's like your family, your home. Family is very important to the Cancer. So your heart might be very focused on your family and experiencing this protection, this loyalty to those you've let inside your shell, metaphorically. Okay. So how now am I interpreting this for you, for the advice? Well, we're talking about a celebration of something, right? So we are celebrating the nurturing energy. I love that this came through for the moon in Cancers, because y'all are naturally nurturing. Your hearts are so beautiful, and your emotions are so beautiful, especially how they express themselves in a nurturing way. I think what this card is inviting you to celebrate is all of the ways that you nurture those around you, that you give to those around you. And you're being invited to celebrate the nurturing qualities of the universe. The way that you are caring for others, you're being invited to see how the universe is caring for you that same way. You're being invited to essentially let yourself feel yourself within the soft, squishy shell of the universe, to feel the protection of that universal life force, that universal mother who has kept you inside of her heart and is always offering you love and support. So this is what we're celebrating. This is the passionate aspect of our lives that we're celebrating. Our passion to nurture and love others, and our passion for being nurtured by the universe, how that lights us up. Just celebrating this emotional nurturing that we're receiving from the world around us and that we've given to the world around us. This is what you're celebrating with this full moon in Aries. Where in your life this nurturing is most impactful is going to be guided by where this full moon is happening for you. Okay, so you're going to want to look at the moon, the house reading, to see specifics of where this nurturing is focused. It's in all areas of your life because your emotions are in all areas of your life, but where most specifically this moon wants you to celebrate this nurturing energy is going to come through with the house reading. So go ahead and check out that. And until then, namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors that universal light within you. Namaste. So if this 16 degrees, 33 minutes of Aries occurs in your 4th house, this is your reading. So if you already know what the 4th house is, you can skip ahead to the interpretation part. This is the explanation part. So the 4th house represents the area of your life that deals with your home. This is family, this is ancestry, this is youth, this is origins, and there's that word, nurturing. So this is where in your life this nurturing is occurring. So here's the interpretation. As we celebrate this nurturing energy, we're celebrating all of the nurturing happening within the home. You might be invited to celebrate the ways that your ancestors have nurtured you, the way that they do energetically right now, the way that they set up their lives so that you could benefit from all that they were doing. Especially with this moon phase moving through the season of the veil being the thinnest, the All Hallows Eve. This is a time, All Hallows Eve is a time to celebrate your ancestry and to communicate with your ancestors. So as we celebrate with this full moon cycle, there's always cycles within cycles within cycles. We're also going to go through this time of the year where it's most supported for us to connect with our ancestors. We can do it anytime, but this is when the energies are most heightened around that connection. So this nurturing could be coming from your ancestors because this is the area of your life that we are celebrating this nurturing, this Aries spark of energy. You're also being invited to celebrate the nurturing happening in your home, the nurturing that you're offering and the nurturing that you're receiving. Just celebrating that. You can even express to the people in your life, I feel supported. I feel nurtured. I feel safe. I feel loved. I feel grateful. Just expressing your appreciation is a way to celebrate this nurturing in your life. And celebrate yourself for the nurturing that you offer, for the giving that you are offering to those, particularly in your home, right? Because this is the area of your life that you're focused. And obviously, you're going to add the moon advice, the moon card to this. Whatever advice came through for that card, this is the area of your life that that advice is relevant for, because this is where the full moon is happening. It's pinging, as we call it, this area of your life. You're being invited to celebrate your emotions, but particularly your emotions as they relate to this area of your life, because this is where the moon is. This is where that full moon celebration is. We're celebrating the fullness of the nurturing within the home. As always, please let me know how this is resonating. Please let me know if you have questions. And namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors the universal light within you. Namaste.